Parker Schnabel has done it again, and this time, he's rewritten Gold Rush history. In a season nothing short of jaw-dropping, Parker achieved what many thought was impossible, pulling in a staggering $110 million worth of gold from the Yukon in a single season. That's not a typo, $110 million. A number so massive, it makes every past record look like pocket change. Every nugget, every pan, every load of pay dirt contributed to a haul that will be remembered as the most legendary in modern mining. Viewers watched in awe as Parker and his crew took on brutal sub-zero temperatures, raging rivers, and unforgiving permafrost. Against all odds, they turned a frozen wilderness into a gold-producing powerhouse. With massive machinery, expert strategies, and relentless determination, Parker didn't just strike gold. He engineered a season-long masterpiece. He pushed extraction rates, claim efficiency, and logistics to heights no one believed possible. From uncovering hidden riverbed veins to unearthing monster nuggets, the season was full of surprises, rival drama, and record-shattering discoveries. Social media erupted with speculation, and the entire mining world couldn't stop buzzing. The big question now: has Parker Schnabel secured his place as the greatest gold miner of our time? From the very first frame, he chased a dream. No miner in history had dared before. $100 million in gold in a single season. His obsession, his plan, his vision, all laid bare against the backdrop of icy Yukon mountains. The stakes were colossal, and the crew felt it in every frost-bitten breath. Aerial shots swept across vast untouched claims, glacial rivers shimmering like liquid silver. Parker's acquisitions stretched across thousands of acres, hiding ancient pockets of gold buried under centuries of rock and layers of frozen earth. Satellite imagery hinted at untouched veins dating back to the Klondike era, and Parker wasn't about to leave any stone unturned. With maps, charts, and long-forgotten perspective photographs, Parker pieced together a strategy. To take on this monumental challenge, he doubled down, bringing in new miners, hydraulic engineers, and sluicing experts, each carefully selected for precision and experience. Massive machinery rolled in. 20-ton excavators, industrial trommels, dual-stream dredges, and automated gold separators, all primed to move mountains of pay dirt. The energy among the crew was electric, tension mixed with excitement as old and new members prepared for the fight of a lifetime. Meanwhile, the world was watching. Social media exploded with hashtags like ParkerM and Yukon Gold Rush. Mining forums dissected aerial shots, compared historical charts, and speculated endlessly. Fans weren't just spectators. They were living the season in real time, spinning their own theories on whether Parker could pull off the impossible. But the Yukon is merciless. Flash floods ripped through icy creeks, sudden snow squalls hammered the land, and nights sank into bone-chilling temperatures. Permafrost ran 10 to 15 feet deep. Glacial till was laced with quartz, while gold concentrations tested at 0.15 to 0.25 ounces per cubic yard. It took over 200 truckloads of fuel, machinery, and supplies just to set up operations, crawling along 40 miles of treacherous access roads. Drones circled overhead, giving Parker a tactical edge against the wild. Then, the first nuggets appeared. Small-scale sluicing revealed streaks of gold glinting in the pale Yukon sun. Early estimates placed their value at $500 to $700 per cubic yard, a tantalizing sign of the fortune lying beneath those frozen rivers. Helicopter and drone footage captured every glimmer, setting Parker's massive, finely tuned operation in stark contrast to rival crews struggling with smaller claims and slower progress. This season wasn't just mining, it was history in the making. The tension feels like something out of a movie, where nature, technology, and sheer ambition collide in a visually stunning spectacle. Parker doesn't hold back. The machinery roars to life. Dual-stream dredges thunder, high-capacity trommels spin, and automated separators hum, all working together to process up to 300 cubic yards of pay dirt every single hour. But nothing this season comes easy. Hydraulic failures, frozen pumps, and conveyor jams bring operations to a halt again and again. The crew adapts on the fly, welding and fabricating metal fixes in the icy air, while Parker orchestrates every move like a conductor, leading a symphony of steel and dirt. Slowly but surely, extraction rates climb as sluice rifle patterns are refined, and new gold recovery mats increase efficiency by as much as 20%. Every ounce matters. Every nugget is proof of Parker's vision and the crew's relentless drive. Meanwhile, competitors circle the edges of his claims, watching closely, calculating, and growing envious of Parker's scale and audacity. Drone shots capture slow-motion cascades of gold tumbling down sluice boxes, the shimmering reward for months of danger, planning, and precision. As Parker pushes deeper into uncharted sections of the Yukon riverbed, the land begins revealing secrets even he never imagined. Beneath layers of glacial silt and centuries of frozen debris, massive gold nuggets begin to surface, some weighing over a kilogram. Finds like this are almost mythical, with only a single documented case in Yukon mining history. The crew works with surgical precision, excavating boulder-laden pockets as their breath hangs in the frozen air. The scale of what they're uncovering begins to sink in. Lab analyses confirm it. The nuggets are 92 to 95% pure gold, often fused with rare quartz veins that glimmer like molten sunlight under the pale northern sky. Analysts whisper in awe that these discoveries could be worth millions of dollars per cubic yard, a staggering figure unlike anything Parker has mined before. The weight of history makes the moment even more electrifying. Old maps and diaries from the Klondike era, some over a century old, are cross-referenced, revealing that these veins may have been untouched, overlooked by miners of the past. As Parker walks the riverbank comparing prospector sketches with his own survey maps, the story becomes almost cinematic. Weathered journals with yellowed pages set against modern machinery dominating the wilderness. Each nugget pulled from the icy gravels feels like confirmation of a legend, that some of the richest Yukon gold ever discovered was waiting for this exact season and this exact crew. Extraction now becomes a perfectly choreographed operation. Parker divides the crew into high-intensity teams, each responsible for a specific sluice line, dredge zone, or conveyor system. From above, drones capture the coordination. Trucks feeding pay dirt in a steady flow, trommels spinning with mechanical precision, sluice boxes glittering under the sun. Efficiency is everything. Engineers monitor every cubic yard processed, adjusting sluice angles and recalculating percentages to squeeze out every possible flake of gold. The pace is relentless, and tension is woven into every frame as the crew battles both the elements and the clock. Their movements are synchronized, almost like a military unit executing a high-stakes mission in the frozen north. But the pressure isn't just from the environment, it's from rival crews as well. Competitors shadow Parker's progress, studying his methods, sometimes crossing legal lines, and sometimes just hovering at the edge of his claims. Rumors of sabotage ripple through camp after mysterious hydraulic failures raise suspicion. This isn't just a gold rush anymore. It's a battle for dominance, legacy, and survival in the unforgiving Yukon. The difference in scale heightens the drama, and online speculation explodes. Mining forums, YouTube threads, and social media buzz with theories. Some insist pain sluice boxes create images that feel larger than life. Narration and expert commentary frame the achievement as one of the most significant fuel caches are mysteriously tampered with, and conveyor jams seem to strike at the worst possible moments. Parker's leadership is tested like never before. He walks the fine line between motivation and discipline, keeping his crew steady as exhaustion builds and tempers flare. His calm authority diffuses conflicts, his voice unwavering even as the pressure threatens to fracture morale. Every hard-earned resolution is paired with sweeping cinematic montages. Machines in motion, gold-laden riverbeds glittering in the sun, and the sheer scale of the operation captured from above. Drone shots reveal the staggering contrast. Parker's sprawling mechanical army of trucks, dredges, and sluices dominating the frozen wilderness, while rival crews struggle with modest equipment, limited manpower, and slower results. Parker has tapped into the richest vein in Yukon history. Others question whether such an immense operation can truly be sustained. The online frenzy becomes part of the story itself, amplifying the spectacle and ensuring that every nugget of gold is met with awe, intrigue, and debate. Mid-season arrives with a milestone that cements this year as legendary. $50 million worth of gold officially recovered. Verified weigh-ins, detailed nugget counts, and market valuations stun even the most seasoned analysts. Celebrations erupt, crew members embrace, champagne sprays over frozen machinery, and slow-motion shots of gold, shimmering moments in centuries of Yukon mining. Experts appear on screen to break down the recovery rates, environmental challenges, and logistical genius driving the operation. Many predict that, if conditions hold, Parker could realistically surpass the $100 million mark, a figure once thought impossible in modern gold mining. But success at this scale brings new challenges. Transporting such immense amounts of gold requires helicopters, armored convoys, and a meticulously planned security system. Each movement is a high-stakes mission where one mistake could cost millions. Every flight, every truck becomes its own thriller as the crew navigates snowbound passes and icy riverbanks. Through it all, Parker's voiceover threads the narrative, his ambition palpable as he lays out the path forward. Foreshadowing builds the possibility of an unprecedented $110 million season. The crew works with relentless focus. Machines groan under the strain. The Yukon itself seems alive, an unforgiving frozen stage where history is being written one golden nugget at a time. Fans follow every detail, dissecting discoveries, innovations, and triumphs online, fueling the growing legend. Momentum accelerates. Parker stands on the edge of history. The massive veins already uncovered hint that even greater finds may lie ahead, setting the stage for fresh rivalries, staggering challenges, and cinematic gold strikes that could redefine the entire season. With the stakes higher than ever, Parker drives his crew deeper into the Yukon's frozen heart, where ambition collides head-on with danger. But the Yukon doesn't forgive mistakes. As the miners push further into unstable riverbeds, the ground begins to betray them. Cave-ins collapse without warning. Riverbanks crumble. Machines teeter on the brink of plunging into icy waters. Drone footage captures heart-stopping near misses in dramatic slow motion. An excavator dangling over a jagged drop, crew members diving for safety as tons of frozen soil give way. Every misstep is magnified by the hostile environment. The tension is electric, a constant reminder that fortune favors only those who are both daring and precise. The crew works around the clock, in 24-hour rotations, digging, sluicing, and dredging under brutal sub-zero conditions that turn every breath into frost. In this frozen wilderness, survival and triumph walk a razor's edge. Fatigue begins to creep in like an invisible enemy, and tensions rise among the crew. Small disagreements over safety protocols and extraction priorities flare into heated conflicts, forcing Parker to step in. With a mix of authority and empathy, he mediates, keeping the crew focused. Scenes of weary miners clashing are contrasted with sweeping wide shots of the sprawling operation, an image of human fragility set against the monumental scale of their mission. Every decision feels heavy, because in the Yukon, one mistake can cost millions and undo months of hard work. The equipment only adds to the danger. Hydraulic pumps freeze in the middle of operations. Conveyor belts seize up. Giant dredges grind to a halt, leaving gold-rich pay dirt stranded and mocking the crew with its promise. Improvisation becomes survival. Out in the field, the miners fabricate replacement parts, thaw frozen pumps with portable heaters, and reroute systems in real time. But the clock is ruthless. Every hour lost threatens Parker's record-breaking ambitions. Yet even as machines fail, the land itself reveals new secrets. Shifting ice uncovers untouched nuggets, some still locked inside quartz veins. Each glittering find offers both reward and risk, demanding precision to recover without disaster. These victories feel like they're being stolen straight from nature's grasp. And as the season deepens, whispers of Yukon folklore creep into the narrative. Stories of gold ghosts, spirits said to guard hidden veins and punish greed, The eerie legends give every discovery a mythic weight, as if unseen eyes are watching Parker's crew carve history from frozen ground. Then comes the breakthrough. In an untouched stretch of claim, Parker uncovers a seam yielding half to 1 ounce of gold per cubic yard. A discovery so rich, analysts estimate it could hold $20 to $25 million in value. Immediately, the crew pivots into overdrive. Work intensifies into a round-the-clock operation. Shifts are tightly scheduled. Conveyors run without pause. Sluices are recalibrated for maximum recovery, while dredges churn through gravel like engines of destiny. The operation runs with military precision. Every miner knows their role. And then, history erupts from the frozen riverbed. A massive nugget, weighing over 1.2 kilograms, gleams under the northern sun. Cameras catch the moment from every angle. Within minutes, the footage goes viral, sparking debates online about whether this is one of the largest nuggets ever pulled from a modern gold rush. Historical comparisons flood the screen, linking the find to Yukon legends and the fabled giant nuggets of long-forgotten prospectors. Rival crews stand stunned, their disbelief written across their faces. Interviews reveal frustration and despair. Some openly admit they may never catch up. Meanwhile, Parker fans the flames of anticipation, teasing even larger veins buried deeper in the permafrost, hinting that reserves still untapped could dwarf everything recovered so far. The tension builds. Viewers sense that the record-shattering $110 million goal is not just within reach. It could be surpassed. But with the growing momentum comes strain. Exhaustion gnaws at the crew. Disputes resurface over safety rules, extraction methods, and schedules. Once again, Parker's leadership is the glue, balancing morale, discipline, and productivity. His calm but firm guidance keeps the operation pushing forward. Yet the Yukon never lets up. Mechanical failures continue to loom, threatening to undo the very progress that has brought Parker and his team so close to rewriting history. Critical dredges jam, excavators stall, and backup systems must be cobbled together under immense pressure. Every repair becomes a race against time, every malfunction a potential disaster that could wipe out weeks of progress. And through it all, nature never stops testing them. Sudden storms sweep across the claim. Rivers surge without warning. Icy winds hammer both man and machine. Drone footage captures these trials in breathtaking cinematic detail. Trucks skidding along slick banks, crews bracing against gale force winds, sluices overflowing as machinery strains to keep pace. Every shovelful of pay dirt becomes a battle against the Yukon itself, a reminder that Parker's pursuit of history is unfolding under some of the harshest conditions on Earth. Online, speculation reaches a fever pitch. Fans dissect every nugget pulled from the ground, every breakdown, and every strategic choice Parker makes. Can he really reach $110 million in a single season? The debates, theories, and running commentary add a meta layer to the story, amplifying the drama. Viewers aren't just watching, they're living the season alongside him, captivated by the orchestration of risk, human endurance, and raw ambition. Then comes the moment that defines it all. The official weigh-ins confirm what the crew has been chasing for months. Parker Schnabel has surpassed $100 million in recovered gold. Every nugget, every pan, every trommel load is meticulously counted and valued. Statistics flash across the screen. Ounces recovered, nugget sizes, pay dirt processed per cubic yard, and total market value. Analysts confirm the purity, efficiency, and staggering scale of Parker's operation. The numbers don't just tell a story of success, they tell a story of history. No miner in the modern gold rush era has ever reached this level in a single season. Even the Yukon landscape itself seems to bow under the enormity of the feat. Celebration erupts across the frozen claim. Exhausted crew members embrace. Champagne sprays over machines coated in ice. Wide-eyed smiles reflect the sheer disbelief of the moment as drones soar overhead, capturing slow-motion shots of gold cascading through sluice boxes, glittering in the northern sun like something out of legend. Parker walks among his team, steady and reflective, acknowledging every effort that brought them here. To him, this milestone is about more than wealth. It's about proving what ambition, skill, and teamwork can accomplish under impossible conditions. Mining experts appear on screen to break it all down. Throughput rates, sluice optimizations, dredge innovations, all the details that allowed this record-breaking season to happen. Comparisons roll in, linking Parker's haul to past Yukon records and even international gold operations. The magnitude becomes undeniable. Behind the scenes, the scale of coordination required is staggering. Equipment, crew rotations, safety measures, spread across thousands of acres, and all while enduring the Yukon's unpredictable fury. It is nothing short of engineering brilliance. Even the logistics of handling $100 million in gold unfold like a thriller. Helicopters ferry bullion across snowbound mountains. Armored trucks carry nuggets through icy passes. Security convoys ensure not a single ounce is lost. Every sequence is charged with cinematic tension. Machines groaning under their cargo, crews battling the elements, cameras capturing every pulse-pounding second. Parker's vision extends beyond the mining itself. The safeguarding, transport, and insurance of this colossal fortune elevate the season from a mining saga into a high-stakes adventure, and the world takes notice. Social media and news outlets erupt with reactions. Memes, clips, and debates flood the internet as fans argue over the true significance of the record. This isn't just a gold rush anymore. It's history being written in real time. Press coverage frames Parker's achievement as a global event, while mining forums dissect every technical detail and speculate about hidden veins yet to be discovered. Audience engagement becomes part of the story itself, a real-time narrative echoing the drama unfolding in the frozen wilderness. As the season nears its climax, Parker drives the crew toward the final extraction, determined to surpass all previous Gold Rush records. After intense weeks of coordinated effort, the final tally confirms an astonishing $110 million in recovered gold. Charts and data visuals break down the achievement. Ounces per cubic yard, nugget sizes, claim efficiency, and profitability metrics that dwarf any prior record. The scale is breathtaking. Parker's team has redefined what is possible in modern gold mining. Celebrations swell. Slow motion sequences capture machinery in motion, gold spilling over sluices, trucks hauling pay dirt, and aerial shots showcasing the vast operation across the Yukon's frozen expanse. Crew members embrace, exhausted but euphoric, while Parker surveys the scene, a leader who turned audacious ambition into historic reality. Rival crews watch in awe and disbelief, faces mixed with envy, acknowledging the new standard Parker has set. Some hint at strategic plans for the next season, attempting to match his pace. Even in triumph, Parker hints at secrets still hidden. Untapped veins and ancient pockets frozen beneath the glacial landscape, teasing the possibility of future discoveries. The narrative positions Parker not just as a record holder, but as a legend whose ambition reaches beyond a single season. In reflective moments, he shares insights into his strategy, the risks taken, and the lessons learned, while narration emphasizes the historical significance of this record-breaking season. Analysts compare his haul to historic Yukon and global gold records, overlaying charts, maps, and archival photographs to contextualize its scale. Speculation about remaining hidden deposits adds intrigue, hinting that future seasons could yield even more astonishing finds. Fans and media dissect every detail, debating whether Parker's $110 million record will ever be broken. Comment threads, video reactions, and news analyses amplify the drama, ensuring that this season will be remembered not just for the gold, but for the story of human perseverance, strategy, and ambition played out on a monumental stage. Cinematic aerial shots close the sequence, Yukon rivers winding through mountains, machinery dwarfed by the expanse, and crews moving like ants across a frozen kingdom, underscoring the scale of both the environment and Parker's extraordinary accomplishment. The story of this season, this record, and this legacy stretches toward the horizon, a monumental adventure waiting for the next chapter.